the last thing I want to introduce in this first week is confounding variables. So it says, I want you to understand what confounding variables are. The problem is, they are challenging to understand, and they really depend on critical thinking and you thinking around the problem. So let's do an example problem. Imagine I want to show there's a link between age and blood pressure, because I think that might be true. So I've measured the blood pressure for 8 different groups of 100 people. Each group is a different age, so I've got those between 10 and 20, 20 and 30, 30 and 40, 40 and 50, 50 and 60, 60 and 70, 70 and 80, 80 and 90. What are the possible problems with my study? So what other measurements, apart from blood pressure, do I need to consider? So in this case, apart from anything else, I'm going to have a problem with the 80 to 90 category, because I would think that they're going to have a very different representation compared to all of the other groups. So I expect it will be harder to recruit 100 participants in that particular group. And also, I would expect them to have a different gender balance to the other groups, because women live longer than men. So gender is one thing that was probably also going to be important, that gender might play a part in blood pressure. As well as that, you're going to need to take into account fitness, health issues, genetic issues. There are lots of other things that can affect blood pressure rather than just age. So all those other factors that can have an effect, but they're not related to the specific question you've asked, those are confounding variables. So they confuse the outcome that you're trying to measure. So I'm trying to prove a relationship between age and blood pressure, but these other things make that relationship unclear. And in biology, confounding variables are really common. In psychology and social sciences, they are so common they can become overwhelming, and people can make mistakes in their studies so that they confuse one thing with another. So in this case, age and blood pressure, I think gender is going to be an issue. Smoking, obesity, general health, genetics. I could go on and on. So, confounding variables are variables that affect the outcome that are not the treatment.